You're tired of being broke and you want to be a developer, huh? Well, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kilo Loco, and we back here for another devlog. Yay! So I actually have a pretty busy day ahead of me today. But as opposed to the way that I did things last time, I felt like I talked a lot and it got kind of boring. So I'm gonna try to keep this thing really short and condensed. Let's first go over what's gonna happen today. I have some contracting work that I gotta take care of. There's a course that I'm coming out with, an actual class that I'm gonna be hosting in March, which is really cool. Yeah, that's actually a really cool thing. It's gonna be an actual class. I'm gonna be an actual teacher at an actual school, like a startup type of school. I'm not really sure what to call it, but I know it is like a school. It's like a boot camp. It's gonna be a boot camp. I'm gonna give you guys more details when I figure out all the details. I'm supposed to go and meet with the guy that's running the school and everything today, and you might see that if he's fine with me filming. But like I said, I'm going to try to keep it light to show you guys what's going on, see what the life of a dev is like. And then if you remember back on episode 2 of the devlog, we went to go meet with David. I may be meeting with David today. We're supposed to be having some type of phone call today with him and the other company that we're going to be working with. And we're going to try to figure out exactly which direction we want to go with this app. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit busy. After that, gotta head home, gotta watch the baby, gotta make sure that my boy's doing okay, because he has strep throat, which is not good. Get better, Andrew. And then after all of that, I want to come back here. I have to come back to my parents' house to get some work done. So it's going to be a pretty busy day. I'm not going to be talking a whole lot. Let me know what you guys like about, if you guys like this format. And then towards the end of the video, I'm going to be answering that question that you guys are probably here for on how to get a job and how did I get my job as a developer. So let's do this. I spent all this time figuring out how to do a feature in this app, and I was working with a table view when I was testing out the functionality, but I just realized that I was planning on using a collection view just to future-proof it in case they wanted to do something later on. So just spent like half an hour to 45 minutes just working on this, and it just did not work. So I'm going to turn everything back to a table view, make it super easy, and keep moving forward, and then I'll figure out how to future-proof it later. Oh, and did I mention that I'm doing a new diet? Look at that. Yeah, this is what I eat now. Alright, so we're about to head over to that co-work space again. But this time we're going to go meet up with Jonathan. My meeting with David was canceled because once again we're still struggling with some communication. But we're going to get all that stuff squared away soon. All the communication, how we like to be communicated with and stuff like that. So let's head over, shall we? All right, so we just arrived, and it's meeting time. But first, look at these ashy ass knuckles, man. Look at them. Look at them. Can you see them? They ashy. That's so nasty. It's dry as hell out in Southern California. All right, for real. Meeting time. Let's go. All right, guys. So, yeah. Talking that business and getting ready for that class that we're going to be putting out, that become a developer and get yourself hired class. And I hope that you guys are going to like it. I hope you guys are going to love it, and I hope you guys are going to join. I'm going to have more details on it. We just discussed on all the things that we think that are going to be in it, and we discussed a little bit of the pricing and stuff like that. Gonna have all those details out for you very shortly. So yeah. Alright, time to head back home and hang out with the baby if he's still there. I think my dad wants to pick him up, but yeah, let's just go back home. Let's just go. Let's go! Alright guys, so back here with the baby. Say hi, Xavier. Say hi, baby. Say hi, Xavier. He wants to touch you guys. Alright, so got the baby. It's been a few hours. And now it's time to go back to Nana's house, huh? So Nana can watch you and Daddy can work again, right? Right. Alright, let's go. Alright guys, so as you can see, I finished feeding the baby. He's good. He's with Nana and Pops. He alright. Now I still got a little bit of work that I gotta catch up on, and I'm gonna do that right now. But first, you're tired of being broke and you wanna be a developer, huh? Well, I got 10 tips for you. So here we go. The first tip is something that you guys, for whatever reason, just don't do. And it's apply. Apply for the job. Now I know you're wondering like, oh, well, I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know this. I don't know that. 4 years of experience. They want me to have gone to college. Blah, blah, blah. Bro, just apply. Just do it. Just do it. Just apply. Because when you start going through that application process, you're going to start getting more comfortable with it. And then when you actually do hit like an interview, you're going to be a little bit more prepared. You're going to be going through this whole application process. You're going to maybe get a couple of interviews. You're going to become an interview all-star. And then eventually you'll get a job. So just start applying, man. I don't care what the hell they're looking for. Just apply. Just do it. Number 2, build up that portfolio. What you got on your resume, huh? What you got in your portfolio, huh? If you're going to ask somebody to hire you, how are you going to show them that you actually know what you're doing? Because they don't know you. They don't know you. So build up a portfolio. Have that ready to go. If you're trying to build websites, have a website ready. If you're trying to build apps, have a couple of apps ready. Pretty simple, guys. Come on. Put 2 and 2 together. Get the portfolio going. You got something to show for yourself. You're going to be looking real sexy. Oh, yeah. Number 3. Now this is going to be a little bit harder for some of you guys. And I mean, you can do it yourself if there aren't any available, but go to meetups. Go to meetups for development. Whatever your language is, especially if you're in the US, and especially if you're in like a heavily populated city, there's no reason that you shouldn't be going to meetups if you don't have a job. You better go get that meetup, man. But if you find yourself in a situation where there aren't any meetups around you, do that meetup yourself. Create it. Go to a couple of meetups by yourself. Show up and nobody else is showing up. But try to spread that word. Try to get it out there that there's a meetup and find people like you and find an avenue for other people that are looking to hire developers like you. Because guess what? Smaller companies that are looking for somebody that can work on their project for an affordable rate, they go to meetups. They trying to poach you, man. They want you. They want what you got. So if you go to a meetup, chances are you can find at least one person, especially if it's a popular one. If it's popping, then you can definitely find somebody there that's looking to hire. I can almost guarantee it, but only almost. 4, ask the people you know. Start networking within your own circle. Everybody knows somebody. You know somebody. You know who I asked? I asked my dad. I asked Daddy for it. Now, obviously, I didn't ask my dad to pay me. What I asked my dad was if he knew anybody that was interested in building an app. And guess what? He did. I found somebody that was interested in building an app, and I came on board like as like an internship, like partner networking. There was like no professional thing about it. I wasn't even getting paid. But I went on the team as a mobile consultant. So that's something that you can put on your resume right there. Starting to look a whole lot better. Numero 5. Now this is a double-edged sword. You got to be careful with the way that you do this. Start offering low prices. Get your foot in the door. Get that job. And say that you're only going to work for this low price because you need that as a reference. What you do is you get the job, you get the gig, you go on like Fiverr or whatever the heck you want to go on. You get a job, you get a gig or whatever you want to call it. And then you say you're offering this price for a reference for any future customers. So when somebody is looking, they can be like, oh, well, I don't know about this dude Kilo Loco over here. He don't even know. He doesn't even look like he knows what he's talking about. Look at his face. You know, so when you have a reference, that's a third that's a third party that can say, oh yeah, you know what? Kilo did a really good job on my project. I highly recommend that you hire him. 6. All right, this is for all of y'all naughty folk. Clean up that social media. And what I mean by that is if you're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, hell, if you're on MySpace, You better make sure that you don't have any damning photos of you, videos of you, or tweets of you. If a potential employer is considering you for the position and they go on your social media and they see that you've been tweeting something similar to Donald Trump, you just might not get the position. If you're being skanky or going out and drinking and pounding 40s, you're probably not gonna get it. So make sure you go onto your social media. You take down all that damning content because that can really mess you up. And if you don't have any content, if somebody can't find you, that's just as bad because they want to see who they're working with, especially if they haven't even talked to you yet. All they have is a piece of paper to go off of based off of whatever you say that you've been doing. Get some content up on your social media sites and look like a normal person, like a normal human being. You'll be all right. 7. Now, this is something that I did not do when I was applying. Make sure that you specialize in 1, 2, a maximum of 3 things. Do not put all these different languages or whatever you're planning on doing. Don't put all these different frameworks and languages and design patterns. Don't put all that on your resume. Nobody even cares. Nobody cares. Hell, if anything, it starts looking even more fake. So only put the things that actually apply to the position that you're actually going for. So if you're going for a mobile development job, don't include things like Python. You don't code mobile stuff with Python. If you're going for a web development job, I don't care if you know UI kit. What the hell? So just make sure that on your resume, it shows that you are focused and it kind of shows that you're an expert at these things. And you don't need to list out like, oh, proficient at this, beginner at that, blah, blah, blah. No, just put the things that you're willing to go into an interview with somebody that you've never met, be asked a question, to write it on the whiteboard and be ready to answer it. If you're confident in doing that, then you could probably put a couple more on there, but I would say really just limit it to the things that you specialize in and the things that are relevant to that job position. Number 8. Now, if you have the time and you are really desperate for a job, this is actually a really good thing that I would recommend. And that is to actually build a demo of what you think that company is trying to accomplish. Yeah, that's right. I'm saying build the app before they even hire you. Kilo, you want me to build an app for them and they didn't even hire me yet? What is that? Well, let's be honest, right? Because you're probably not going to build exactly what they want, but building an app and going into an interview or sending that along with your resume that you think is going to accomplish or solve whatever problems that they have, that's really, really strong. It shows that you didn't just send in the paper. You didn't just copy paste your CV. What you actually did was you spent time, you showed that you're interested, you're highly interested in this position because it probably took you like several hours just to do this. And you actually made an app, whether it's a web app or a mobile app, you made an app and sent it in to show them that you're capable of doing probably the job that they're looking for you to do. So I think that's going to make you come off real strong, and it's going to definitely keep you above the competition. 9. Now, my 9th tip is probably only going to really help you if you're going out for a smaller company. If you're going out for something like Facebook, this probably won't help you too much, but it's definitely worth doing anyways. What you're going to want to do is improve your skills as a designer. Kilo, what? Design? I said a developer, man. I know. Hold on. Being a proficient designer not only allows you to mock up apps really quickly, especially if it's a small company and they don't have anything, you're going to be the one that's going to be building the thing from scratch. You can mock something up, make it look real pretty, and you can actually show them something that you think that you can accomplish and pass that to them, similar to how I just said in tip number 8, where you actually build the app for them. Well, if you could give them the mock-ups, that might be just as good. Also, if you think about it from a business perspective, if they can hire one person that does multiple jobs, especially the design part, because that's a very important part, especially when you're developing, you looking real good, man. You're starting to look real sexy like. So yeah, consider purchasing, one of the softwares that give you the ability to, mock stuff up and getting really, really good at it. Something like Sketch, which is what I use, Photoshop, which is, obviously a great choice because it's, Photoshop. It's part of like the dictionary now. Uh, Illustrator, because that's generally what you're probably going to want to use for design type of stuff. And there's things like Affinity, and some other stuff, but just get something and be really good at mocking stuff up, doing your design work, creating assets for whatever the app that you're building, because that's going to make you seem like a really good fit for the team when you can replace two positions with just you, developer and designer. Number 10. All right, guys. So this is by far the best thing that you can do. And I don't care what anybody else says. If the rest of the world disagrees with me, I say, screw you, you're wrong. You're wrong. Number 10 is do what I do. Create content. See, the benefit of creating content is it forces you to learn new things. And what I mean by creating content, I mean, posting a tutorial, whether it's a blog or a video, or even like doing like a podcast or something like that. You could write a book. Hell, I don't know. You could even probably do like a documentary or film a movie or something. Creating content will not only increase your chance of getting hired, but it'll actually make you a better developer, whether you're hired or not. You're going to be forced to learn different topics all the time because once you start putting stuff out there, people are going to start requesting you cover it because they're going to like the way that you put out your content. If you keep it consistent, somebody on the planet will, align their interests with yours. They'll like your teaching style. I don't care what kind of teaching style it is. Somebody will like your teaching style and they will follow you. Those people will then ask you to cover different topics that you would have never, ever gone after, learned, covered, or even thought about unless you were actually putting out content. That's what happened with me. I put out things on like S3, SQLite, Swifty JSON. I never worked with any of those technologies, but you guys are the ones that asked for it, and I learned from it. It made me a better developer. I have an audience. My audience reaches out to me, asks for help. Some of them want to hire me for, whether it's mentoring services or maybe they want me to work on their project. Being a content creator will not only give you a position of authority, but it will actually bring people to you so that they're the ones that are applying to you. It's no longer you applying to them. And just understand that this is not an overnight thing. It's going to take a long time before this can happen, but it's something that you should definitely start off with, even if you want to get a job in the next couple of months, even if you want to get a job this month. If you're putting out content, it shows that you're passionate about what you do. You're not going to just clock in and clock out and be done with the day. Being a developer, I don't really see how anybody can do that because you have to learn. You just have to. It doesn't work like a normal job. You have to continue your quest for knowledge. You have to continue learning different technologies that you don't know. So put out content, guys, and I promise you, you're going to become a better developer. It's going to create a demand for you as opposed to you being forced to go out and apply for those jobs. So that's going to wrap up today's devlog. I hope that you liked my tips. I hope that you enjoyed the devlog. I'm trying something new. And I hope that you guys are going to subscribe because I got a whole lot more content coming out. I'm going to be going daily soon with some of these tutorials and these devlogs. Not daily devlogs, not daily tutorials, but a mixture. So make sure you subscribe. Give a thumbs up if you like the video. If you're interested in having a conversation, Twitter is the best place for that. Questions, help with your project, all those conversations and communications, do it through Twitter. If you want to make a suggestion on what I should cover next on one of my devlogs or in my tutorials, leave a comment below. If you're interested in seeing what's going on with Kilo Loco on a like on a daily type basis, you can check me out on Instagram. That's the best place to take a peek into my life, other than these devlogs, you know. So yeah, thanks for your time and keep coding passionately.